Hey guys, so now I'm going to show you guys some double staff tricks. The first one I want to start off with, I think it looks really cool, and it's a really good way to get kind of more familiar with all the different timing and direction variations, and it's isolations. Now if you remember isolations with a single staff, concept is basically taking one wick, holding it still, and then moving the other wick around it. And there's all sorts of different ways we can kind of achieve that, you know, like little tricks. You can isolate the thumb side and the pinky side with rolls, with finger spins. So there's all sorts of different tricks that you could do with a single staff. With this video, what I'm going to do is just basically show you thumb to thumb isolations like this, and we'll go through the different timing and direction variations, and then I'll also show you one thumb to pinky. But just keep in mind that any of these can be done pinky to pinky, thumb to pinky, or thumb to pinky, or thumb to thumb, okay? So the first one, I don't really use this one very often, but it'd be both thumb side wicks isolated, and we're going to do same time and same direction, okay? And that looks like this. Isolate up, and then down. And, excuse me, what I like to do, just, you got to kind of turn, not a full 90, but maybe from where your belly button is, turn 45 degrees this way, back to center, 45 degrees this way, back to center, right? So it's here, draw a line up, there, and back to center. Bam. And you can do that in both directions. Okay? And now, you could also do like a 180 turn. So when it gets to, just like when we were doing the one beats, it's exaggerated variation of those one beats, the turns with those. So when you get to about 45 degrees there, you initiate your turn, and then when you get to about 45 degrees there, you initiate your turn back. Boom. So you can do isolations like that. And that was the reverse direction. So the forward direction, when you get to 45 degrees there, initiate your turn, and back. And then you can also do 360s, just like we did with the one beats as well. Like that. Now remember, we could do all these with the pinky side. It's the same, except for your hands are gripping it different, but the turning all happens at the same time, and you can do 360s and all that. So that's same time, same direction, just a basic isolation. Now we're going to do split time, same direction, and this is the one that made me love these. This is my favorite isolation of all, because I just think it looks so cool. Basically, before I give you the theory, I'm just going to tell you how to physically do it and make it really easy. Just imagine you have one long oar, right? It's connected here at the center, and you just paddle the water on the other side like you're in a boat, like that. That's really all it is. Just focus on keeping these two wicks pretty still. So one thing you'll notice about this particular isolation, if you're going, you reach this point where you can't go anymore in both directions. My arms are crossed, right? So the only way to make it continuous is to turn, or to do it in this plane here, like the boat. So that right there is the forward. And now, just like when we were split time one beat turning, one's going to reach that point to turn, and then the other one's going to reach that point to turn. So it'll be like in our forward direction, if we're turning from forward to wall plane, we're going to go, I guess, reverse. Once it reaches that reverse turn point, then you initiate it, moves it to horizontal. So now this one's going reverse, boom, and this one just follows through. So now we're doing the same thing, but it's like if you're in the boat and you're trying to go backwards, paddling just like that. Same thing here. When this one reaches forward, 45-degree angle, if I was facing this way, that would be my forward direction turn. Boom, and bring it over. Same thing, other direction. 360s. Like that. I like this one a lot because it fits really well. I'll show you these in a different video, but you could be going here, and it goes right into these anti-spins. Click, and then locked back up. All sorts of cool little... I just really like the illusion that it creates. Like 3 flames for a second. That one's pretty easy. There's a lot of variations. I'll show you another quick variation on that. It's when you're going and you're going to do your turn right here, you're going to do a full 360, but instead of moving the wicks to in front of your chest, kind of tip your head forward and keep the wick still behind your head. So you could be here facing the audience, boom, like that. And that's a behind the head isolation. And you could do that in both directions. So that's a cool variation for that particular one. Now I'm going to show you split time opposite direction. I'm going to show you that one first because you can do it in the wall plane like we did with same time, same direction. We're going to start here. We're going to do just like we did with the one beats, the chomp thing for turning, but I'll just show you the move all the way through first. Keep the wicks there, bring them together horizontally here. Opposite hand is up, then originally starting, bring them together here. Now the first hand's up, so that's one, isolation, I guess. Boom, boom, like that. And you can do that in both directions. And this one's cool because of the turn ability and the wall plane stickiness. You can stick around in wall plane instead of having a turn like this one, how you can't stay in wall plane or you'll twist. So boom. For turning, when it gets to this, both of them at horizontal, just turn your 180 like that. Boom, 180 back. You could do it on both sides. So if you could do it on both sides, then you could do 360s. Get me a slop in there. Like that. And again, this is thumb side. Both of my thumbs are facing in, but you can also do it pinky side in. Looks the same. But the cool thing about that is you can do switches like that. So I'm on thumb side right now. When I get to here, I'm going to switch, boom, right there to pinky side. Now on pinky side, thumb side. So that's another cool variation on that. And that also fits into Antispins real well. I'll show you those. I've heard that particular move referred to as the heartbeat because the little isolation happens right by your heart. Boop. The final isolation variation I want to show you with doubles, the basic ones, is same time, opposite direction. And if your staffs are short enough, you can do boonk, and then your hands would cross here. I have to glitch it because my staffs are a little long. But you go through these inside planes. The inside plane is any plane between two body parts. Like this is an inside plane. This thumb wick is going through an inside plane. So with your butterfly, you go boom. If your staff's short enough, you can make it right through there, and boom, right through there. So you can do a butterfly in the wall plane, but if they're too long, like mine, it's just like this one, how you have to turn. I'll show you how it works. So remember when we were turning with one beats, that nexus point, click, click. Well, now our nexus point is our wicks. And instead of pushing the wicks down, we're going to pull our hands up, okay? So the idea is, book, now they're up and down vertical, turn, up and down vertical, and then turn to this direction. So I'll show you from the front, maybe be easier to see. Kind of exaggerating the turning, you don't actually need to move if you're facing this way. And you can do that in both directions. And so you would aim this at the audience, because then they could see the shape a lot better. But up, like that. And we could do it on this side. And then 360s. Like that. That's another cool one, the same way that this hooks up with the anti-spin. This one does too, but the anti-spin is now this one. So you can go. Stuff like that. I really like the way those look. They're pretty simple, but they're a good tool to get familiar with timing, direction, and they look awesome. They're really fun, and they are good kind of like go-to moves for linking into other moves, like I was showing you with the anti-spin like that. So practice those, and have a lot of fun with it. Double staff, rock!